time, one answer. Think broad, take one step back, think from PMI. Everyone is going to try an answer. No excuse. Everyone is going to try an answer. People in the YouTube, leave your comments. Wow, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm getting a lot of alphabet. I'm seeing C, D, A. C, D, A. People in YouTube, what is your answers? Go for it. There also I'm seeing D coming up. C, A, C, and D. I'm not seeing B coming up. So let's give a few seconds. The rest of them answer. Did I answer from everyone? Everyone? Okay. Since no one has chosen B, okay, no one chosen B, I'm going to strike out. B gone. So one guy went out. All three are in a competition. So as a good habit, first we'll read the question, understand the question carefully. So I'm going to give this opportunity. One of you going to help me. Which sentence or which couple of words you feel I should focus? Which one?
Varied opinions.
One thing that I would like to add here is that this all action is going to happen in future. So the tense part we should also consider. And
where in the question you see that it's a future tense?
Is kick off
ready to kick off?
Ready to kick off a new construction project.
Very good. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. Okay, nice. I got 2 points now. Very ready to kick off. Varied opinions. Any other things in the question? Okay, then let's walk through the question. Yeah, project manager is ready to kick off a new construction project. Could be any construction, small, medium, big. Okay. Usually PMI questions in exam hall. Whenever say a project, think meha size project. What do you mean by meha, big? What could be?
Burj
What could be
Khalifa.
size? Why we should think very big project when you answer the questions?
Because that will invite more complexities and challenges.
There you go.
So
there you go.
that.
Always think very big project. Exam also thinks as a big project. Specifically, they will tell that it's a short-term project, small setup. They'll tell in the question. If they don't mention anything in the question, think always a big size. Rightly said here. When you see a big size, number of complications will be there. Number of issues will be there. Then only your brain can think broader. What happens in exam hall is when you read a question, your brain automatically maps with your desk, your office. Some of you are blessed, you are working in a big project. Majority of you or me work in a middle level and below middle level project. If I answer from that perspective, my answer will be very narrow. So you have to get broader. In exam hall, always think big, big size. Okay, some construction. I don't know what it is, some construction. The stakeholders are all into about the project, okay? But the varied opinions about the project are causing some problems. Tricky area. But what can be opinion? Will it be technical or non-technical? What is your thought? What kind of opinion here?
Mostly technical.
Technical? Only technical? Oh, you said
No,
mostly technical.
that could be non-technical also, because
I think that's
construction project, there will be a group of people who would be workers, who would be engineers, all sort of people would be there. So varied opinions of technical, non-technical, both. Yeah.
Could be opinion on some design, could be opinion on some requirements, could be opinion on government approval. Many parameters are. We don't know what it is, but that's causing a problem. Now, question to people here, is it a showstopper in a project? In a showstopper, the project cannot move forward.
No, conflict of opinions is not showstopper here. I see it that way. But
okay. Also, we understood it is a future tense, not now. About the project.
Yes.
About the project. Okay.
Yes.
All right, then let's move a little more. Most stakeholders want to use a reliable milestone-based predictive approach. The company has always used. Whereas, let's put 20 people say that we want predictive approach. Let's say another 20 people says that we want agile approach. So here, not technical, not requirement basic, combined together process, how we are going to do it. In the sense, if you remember, we learned something called Stacy graph. How many of you remember this?
Yes.
One is requirement uncertainty. What is the other one?
Requirement and
How?
Technical uncertainty.
Technical. How and what?
Can I put it as this is called what?
And how?
And this is called how. Now, where is our opinion problem happening? Is it in the what or is it in the how?
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 Okay. This area they're struggling. Nice. Approach move work along fast. These guys are saying it's going to be faster. And here they're saying as always used. It's always used. The way of working. Okay. What should the project manager do? The question is targeting you as a project manager. Very good. They didn't tell more nitty-gritties and details, but they gave an idea of it. Now, the question rightly said that, okay, guys, this is not now going to happen. When I say kickoff, maybe this evening, maybe 1 month from now, I don't know when it is. It's going to happen. And people are so energetic. Come on, man, we need it. Come on, let's go. That's a feel they're having. Construction of anything, construction of a new network channels, construction of a Burj Khalifa kind of a building, construction of a solar panel center server system. We don't know what construction it is, some construction. They're saying, let's go by milestone predictive. Okay, Agile. Both are having 20 people. I'm giving equal number, so we don't have a partiality here. Now, we have to see what PMI wants from me. You can take a step and watch what PMI wants from me. How I'm going to make a decision here. Before I go for that, what PMI wants? B has been totally removed out. Why B doesn't look a good answer? Do anyone want to justify?
Because as a project manager, you should also have a capability to take some decisions. So of course, there is a situation where team is conflicting on opinions, but then you should take some basic decision at least. So how you are addressing the inputs from both set of people.
And also customer might not be interested on which approach we take. Like they just want the project to be completed, and I don't think they will interfere that much to the level of deciding the approach.
See, as per the question, the customer requirements have been taken, and then you have made what is going to be a deliverable. That is over. Customer portion is over. Now only the stakeholders are, the other stakeholders are having a problem.
So customer is not interested how you make a pizza, but pizza should be on my table,
Right.
isn't it? Okay, I don't bother whether you follow agile model, Bajile model, but pizza should be on my table. That's it. I don't care. That's what I'm hearing. So that's the reason you strike out B. Okay. Now comes a competition. I have three set of people. A is there, C is there, D is there. It's going to be tricky now. Let's first listen to the people with the A. Why you want to escalate it? People A. Why you thought you should escalate the situation?
Okay, Shri, I selected A.
Hmm.
So escalating might look like a negative term here, but still I went with A because here I went with the options for the question. So here, as you see, there is a conflict of interest between the stakeholders, multiple stakeholders. And I feel all the four options, there is no option which is providing us a method to bring alignment between the stakeholders.
Common ground.
Yes, there is no
Hmm.
option to bring an alignment between the stakeholders. So I felt escalating it to the project sponsor would bring some alignment between the stakeholders. Yes, the C option says it's okay. Let me not explain it for others, but what I
Yeah,
felt is,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it's fine. You can
yes,
stand for yours. You can
yes,
stand for yours. You can fire. You can be there. Different yours.
yeah. So
Okay,
that's why I
say that.
selected EAM to bring
Okay, okay.
alignment between the stakeholders. I felt
Uh,
escalating it the project sponsor would be a right method.
I respect your thought,
Uh,
but I'll ask one question to you, Sham, here.
okay,
As a manager, are you
okay.
expected to find a solution by decisive? Now, if you give this decision making to another person, are you going to just follow? That's an open question.
Yeah, but not all decisions come under our scope, right? Come under manager's scope, right? If it is
Okay.
something related on the project, specific to project, because here the
Mhm.
project hasn't been started yet. So they're still
Okay.
deciding upon the a method to do it. So
Okay.
project manager can give inputs. I don't think complete solution can come from a project manager.
Okay. Okay. I respect your thought. Okay, let's park that answer. A. Anyone else with the A? We want to share some of your thoughts? Okay. If not, let's go to C. I have equal number of C, I believe. C, how many people are there? D is majority. C is there minority. Okay, C. Who want to talk? Pritham, Bhaskar, Rex, who want to talk?
Yeah, Rex. Yeah, I'll tell you this. See, basically,
Ah,
what is the purpose of this project is to make some return for the company. So now
ah.
you're going to see which is going to give you the maximum return on investment. So
Hmm.
which method is going to give you the maximum return on investment, you decide based on that. In fact,
Hmm.
B is a subset of this. Probably the method could be a hybrid. It could be agile, or it could be traditional,
Hmm.
or it could be hybrid. So that will be decided by seeing which of the delivery options is going to
Ah.
create maximum value for the company.
Okay. So you're talking about payback period, are you?
Correct. Payback period or payback uh, benefit, the cost benefit also.
Don't you think predictive approach will not give the money back?
No, that's what he's saying. Based on the value gained on each delivery option. So he's going to assess the delivery option now. If
Okay.
predictive is better, take predictive. If agile is better, take agile. Based on the value gained.
Okay. See, 20 people in the room says, if you read the third sentence, third, right? First, second, the third sentence. Most stakeholders want to use reliable milestone-based approach. I will have milestones. Every milestone when I reach, I celebrate it. Yeah, we've done it. Then you go for the next one. But what you are recommending here is, guys, that's fine. But let me see something usable for me. Yeah, Rex, I think that's your point. I will see something usable on my ground, on my platform. Then I feel I can go for it.
Right.
Okay. Nice. But do you think in construction also we can think in that direction? Is it possible? By the way, construction don't take is a building construction. Anything with bringing up from the scratch is a construction. It could be, as I said, coming up with the data center. Data center, you want to set up the network and you have to bring up the service. That's also a construction part. You have to construct a network diagram or network parameters. Yeah, it's there. But do you think Agile approach thought process is there?
If I could see, basically, this thing is an open question saying that decide on the value gain. So, if I could show that the value gained by Agile is much more than the value gained by the other method, probably that will convince all the
Yeah.
stakeholders.
All right.
So,
I respect your thought. Okay, I like that. You don't want to narrow down with Agile means only software. You're thinking anywhere if it adds value, I'll utilize it. That's your thought. Fantastic, man.
correct.
That's a good thought. Okay, good. A looks competitive, C looks competitive. Let's bring in the third category, D. Who want to compete for D? Who is that?
I
So
will,
Shri,
Shri.
okay,
Open.
please. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Go
Shri,
ahead.
why I feel D is because first thing that we are talking about a construction project, and construction project basically definitely will have predictive model, but that does not mean that agile cannot be there. Because in the third line we say that most stakeholders want the reliable milestone that has been used always. So what was my approach is that something that was followed so far does not necessarily mean will continue in future also. And in a project like construction, of course there will be changes coming up over a period of time. So if at any point of time we are addressing those changes, definitely it's not going to be a predictive model. So having hybrid is a better approach. That's what I feel, and that is why I selected.
Okay, I get the point. I heard another voice also. Manoj, is it you?
Yeah, it was me. What I have in my mind is one is on the project manager perspective, which is when it says what the project manager do, he has to recommend a hybrid approach. I think he will recommend based on the value gained in each deliverables. Like he will do all these analysis and then he recommend a hybrid approach, and it will also on PMI perspective it will respect the stakeholders view on the project, so it is not compromising like one for the other, but including taking best of each approach and making it to work well for the project.
So you want to stand in the center.
Yeah, recommend the hybrid. Yeah.
Are we doing this because we don't want to spoil the harmony with these people? That's the reason.
It's not harmony to get best out of both the approaches, because they say they have used it for reliable milestone based
Okay.
predictive approach.
But
So
Rex was debating this gives a quicker and better value. Your intention is value, right? That value is
correct.
given there in the answer. That's what Rex is saying. Then why you have to make some people happy?
It's not making happy, but it is to use best out of the both approaches
Okay.
wherever
Best here, best here. Two
whichever.
recipe. You
Yeah.
take the best recipe.
Yes.
Best recipe. Okay. But here in the sentence, it would satisfy most stakeholders. How we know it will satisfy most people? How we can decide that? Because I ask agile, I'm not going to satisfy with the hybrid. Because I ask predictive, I'm not going to satisfy with the agile. Then why or how we thought it will satisfy the people? Because it's in center line. Do you think people are happy with that?
Not sure.
That's a tricky, right? That's a little tricky there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's a good debate. Huh? One is escalating. Other one is see the value by each delivery option. And the last one goes for the hybrid model. Very good. Okay. If given a chance to you, re-vote, reselect your answer. Can you try one more time? What can be your answer after all these discussions? What can be your answer? A, B, C, and D. What can be yours? Let's see your chat box. Try one more time with your answers. People stick to A, you stick to A. People go with the D, go with the D, but let's see what is the answer coming up. Pritham says same as before. Few more C's are getting added. A is coming up again. Nice. People are sticking to the same answer some places. C is getting majority now. Okay. Now let's take one step back to see from PMI perspective. What PMI want from your brain in this question? First thing people understood, this project is not started. It's the beginning stage. And the manager has to do something here. What PMI want from you? PMI want from you to realize from this question, when you choose a project model, the way of doing, how you can satisfy your customer. Is your brain thinking from the customer perspective? Definitely you'll think about your team, you think about your company, you think about the method, what I have learned. I is very highly there. Beyond I, will you think from their perspective? Now let's go to the principle number 1 in Agile. What is the principle number 1 in Agile?
Customer satisfaction.
Our highest priority is to satisfy customer through early and continuous delivery.
Delivery of?
Or valuable software.
Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Let's remove the software. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through continuous, early and continuous delivery. Shri, you said early and continuous. In construction, how can I do early and continuous? It's up to you and your customer. For you, 6 months is one early term. 2 years could be one early term. But what is the earliness? Now here in this question, PMI want to check or see, is your brain thinking in the lean management model? Is your brain thinking, how can I bring best value to the customer? In exam question, wherever, in case or somewhere you see the word value, that particular sentence, don't miss it. I'm not saying that's the right answer, but read it carefully. At least with the way the PMI Institute and the world is moving, they are giving more attention to this term. This term can be achieved through predictive. This term can be achieved to Agile also. Anyway, you can achieve. But in exam or any place when they see something value-oriented approach is taken, makes sense. But see, what is the big difference, man? What is the big deal? Reliable milestone, value. I don't see a big difference if you feel like that. Value means something customer expected, customer preferred, customer satisfied, deliverable. For this, if I go 2 questions back or 1 question back, we have delivered it. Who? X company has delivered it. It has met the technical specification. But still, the customer is not happy. In that case, can we say that the value is not met? Can we say like that? Value is not met. If I have an opportunity to understand the value for each deliverable or each move I do, makes sense. Even in construction, if I do a work breakdown structure, if I do a UML diagram, if I do a initial miniature or a prototype explanation to my customer, even for a hospital construction, a miniature or a prototype with a customer, that adds value, I will go for that approach. I will show first iteration, first phase of something which makes value to my customer. And from that, I'll add more. Delivery could be here, interim deliverable. If you heard about interim deliverable, could be there. But I'm not against predictive, by the way. I'm not against to that. But I'll be very cautious in exam. What PMI want from me? PMI want from me, specifically in a question, something like this given, my eye will go towards how can I get value out of it that can satisfy my customer? How can I get value? In predictive way, I can get value. Adaptive way, I can get value. Now, when choosing the appropriate project approach, should make their selection based on which delivers the best value is the key. So Shri, you mean predictive won't give value? No, no one says like that. It is. But there are some approaches can give quicker quality outcome. We learned in Agile, there is something called iterative incremental. In iterative and incremental, iterative is called for correctness. Incremental is called for, what is the English word I gave? Speed. Even in construction project, I can do a CAD design to show how the construction will look like. I can show some portion of the work in an iterative incremental model. I'm not going to force fit Agile inside that. I'm not going to force fit a Scrum Master. I won't do that. But I will think about the mindset of where I can add a value. Now, someone with the answer D can debate with me. Shri, I can do this in a hybrid model. Yeah, I can do that in a hybrid model. Now, this is very debatable question, but only problem here is, how can I think it can satisfy everyone? That's a big question I have. But beyond that, if I'm sitting in an exam hall, I will see PMI want to know, am I thinking in a value-based approach? And that's a principle number one. Once I get that, when I see the question, my mind will think, this guy wants me to know where the value is. For this question, slight turn on this question, the answer will go to predictive approach. Slight turn will go to predictive. But here, in this case, attention will fall on value-based approach. This is what PMI expect from you in the exam hall for this question. As I say, next question can be different, but that's what they expect.
Shriram, I have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Project is not at all started, so how do you know what value gain from each of these options?
Yep. This is where it comes
predictive or agile.
prioritization. Yeah, of course. This is what called a prioritization, right? We prioritize what can make better value. When you say value, they talk about which is a high risk item and high beneficial item, for which they call something called COD. COD stands for cost of delay. If I delay this deliverable, what is the consequence of it? How early I can do this, that makes sense. So there comes a value addition. But when a project is not started, you are expected to prioritize and think. And here, they are not trying to put a whole plan. They're going in a, what to say that, incremental approach. At least to me, that's what I'm getting a feel. But cleverly, they didn't put anything in the question answer itself. Decide based on value gained by each of the delivery option. A delivery option could be phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1 can be 3 months. Phase 2 can be 8 months. We don't know. But they kept it this way, value-based. So attention is on value-based. Tricky, isn't it? Upendra, what do you have?
Thank you, Shri. As a holistically, I just wanted to ask, can I also put a thought process like this? Because as a project manager, the question is asking me what should I do, and applying the elimination technique. If I see the options A, B, and D, they are talking about escalating, discussing, or recommending. But the option C is the only one that is talking about deciding something. So do you think that could be also one of the approach while deciding or looking onto the answers?
Possibly. I was checking with the Sham. Sham said, yeah. I was checking, are you sure you want to give it to somebody else? And Sham said, certain things are not in my control. That's also true. But at least in this case, we have to hold it because it is my team, my project, because my name is in the project charter. I should be able to make a decision on this. There it comes. Yeah, that's a point. That's a point. But Sham, your point is valuable. Not everything with the control of manager. Certain things you have to escalate. But this place, yes, you have to take a call. If not, these guys eat your head. That too, if you go to the sponsor, that guy will kill your life. So you have to be very careful on it. But I'll tell this is a tricky question, man. It is a bit tricky. You have to be very cautious, understand. But today what we did is, at least we saw 3 questions. Every question I am trying to do something. Take one step back and see what PMI wants from me in this situation. As I said, same situation, if I slightly turn, the answer will go to hybrid. Slightly I turn this side, it will go to predictive. So it's very tricky, right? But we have to be very careful what these guys are looking for. But to me, I say these guys are looking for value-based delivery. So if I have read the Agile pretty carefully multiple times, my brain know that wherever I see value-based delivery, I should give importance to that. Importance, not that's the right answer. Importance. Nice. Good job. Good. Any other thoughts on this question?
Yeah, Shri, one more observation. So there is I found that there is a keyword the most. So in the question, if you see, most is also like we normally consider to be majority. So the question says they are with predictive. And option D says we have to satisfy most.
Okay.
So it is contradictory, predictive and hybrid.
Maybe I'm missing something here. You
The
feel
question
this
says most stakeholders want to use predictive. So that is majority.
Okay.
And option D says this approach we want to take because we want to satisfy the most.
Okay. So is it good or is it not right?
Yeah, so both cannot be true. So
okay. Okay. No, you're doing you're doing a lot of calculations. I like that, Deepak. But in exam hall, within 1 minute, can we do that?
yeah, difficult.
It's a tricky. See, whatever we discuss, I think we spoke 3 questions. I started this program by India time 3:10 p.m. Now what's the time there in India? Close to 5?
4:30. Yes.
4:28.
4:30, right? Nearly we have spent each question 15 minutes, at least minimum, isn't it? So here it's an analysis time. You took time, read it. Imagine this is your 145th question. You took a first break at 60th question, went for a washroom, then you had a drink, you came back. Second slot you did. Third slot, 145th question. By now, you are bit exhausted. Isn't it? Bit exhausted. Already your brain thinking, will I clear this exam? These two are running in your mind. On top of that, you hear what your spouse said whenever you're watching television. Go and read, go and read. Okay. So now, keeping all this in mind, your brain fights to answer this question. So really, your talent is tested between 140 to 180, the last 40 questions. People lose the patience. Somebody who practices full exams constantly, somebody can stay on time, somebody can have the patience to read it carefully, win the game. How many of you observed in Indian cricket, there was one captain, whole ground will be tense for the review call to the third umpire. And this guy takes few seconds, observes. Exactly before that last second of the time, says, go for review. Have you observed it?
Yeah.
And all these guys are saying nervous, they shout, they show the emotions. Some people immediately show third umpire. But he will take few seconds, digest it, and look at the things and put the recall in a brain and go for a third umpire, but within the time, under pressure. That's called management skill set. So whatever happens, even 145th question, you will treat it as a first question. When you do that, chances are we start getting close to the exam. And that's what many people are doing. Many people come out of the exam, they say, yeah, that's what I did. In the last week, I have at least 3 people or 4 people cleared the exam. I think 3 people. 3 people cleared exam. I had a short chat with them how the exam went on. They said very moderate question, Shri. In fact, what they said is, main exam is less tougher than the practice exam. So that's a happy news. Less tougher. Huh? All right, good. That's a good thought. Then